We're here today to discuss top 5 tips for choosing your wedding suppliers. So top tip number 1 is make a list. So the exciting part where you're both sitting down and you're deciding what suppliers you may want for your day, just list them all, but also just a really useful tip is write a budget beside them. So you stick within the total wedding budget as well. Obviously suppliers, they do vary on prices, so put an estimated figure down and then later on, once you've done all your research, then you can tweak it here or there. So that's a really good tip for you. Top tip number 2 is go on the internet or go in person. Obviously internet's a bit more preferable these days, but just research all the suppliers in the area, and obviously they will have brochures and you can contact them through email, and just research what's available to you and obviously prices as well. But also if you're going to contact the suppliers at that point just to get their brochure, just ask them if your date's available, because obviously if it's not available for that supplier, then obviously you know that's not the supplier for you because they won't be available for you. So just do all the research and get all the prices and get as much information as you can. Now at this point, please don't be overwhelmed with the amount of work that's involved, because the more research you do, obviously the better your day will be, because you're going to feel more confident. Now, when you are doing the research, obviously you're going to check for the quality of work. So you're going to check, customer comments and satisfaction reviews, but also check the legal side of the suppliers as well. Make sure that they're legitimate and registered and, legal really. So that would be my top tip number 2 is get all the information and do all the research, and don't forget, if you're going to contact the supplier, ask them if your wedding date's available. Top tip number 3, it's a really simple one. Obviously now you've done all your research, so it's now time to shortlist your suppliers. So obviously mark off the ones that aren't available for your day, and then it will create a shortlist for you. So on the shortlist it will have your preferred photographer, for example, or your preferred decor company or your preferred cake company. So once you have that shortlist available, then you can move on to top tip number 4. So top tip number 4 is to speak to your shortlisted suppliers now. Now, I understand it may be a bit difficult in the current climate to go and visit them and sit with them face to face, but if you can book in or schedule a Zoom or FaceTime call or a WhatsApp call or just a normal telephone, so you can give them the ideas of your day and what you would like, and also you can get to understand them and get to know them a lot better. It's just really nice to build a bit of rapport with your suppliers as well, because on your actual wedding day, if you've seen them face to face or obviously spoken over the phone, it's just a lot nicer because you have that relationship built already. So it's really lovely. Just a note on that, obviously if you've booked through a wedding planner, they will already have the contacts of the suppliers and obviously who they work with really well and that they know are reliable as well. So obviously your wedding planner has built these reputations already and obviously trusts their suppliers explicitly. So top tip number 5 is don't be afraid to negotiate on the price of your suppliers. Now, most suppliers will have a preset price based on a total package. So that's already been and included a discount already. So obviously the package prices are non-negotiable. But if you're designing something specifically for you as a bespoke design, absolutely ask them if there's any wiggle room on the price. And I'm sure most of them will accommodate. Now, just a note on that, if you've booked through a planner, they would have negotiated the prices for you already, so it saves you having to do that. I'm really excited for the next video. It's going to be launched next Sunday, and it's your top 5 tips for adding personal touches to your wedding day, so something unique for both of you, and obviously to add it to your guest experience as well. So I'm really looking forward to it, so don't miss it.